That's the response. They go for the nano boost to keep the Reinhardt vital.
Alright.
BQB knows where they are, at least with Deadeye. It tracks their positions, even if it won't allow them to get any line of sight. There's a wall up. Houston are actually split in half right now as they're trying to approach the point. Blase attempting a Deadeye here. Had to be hastily shielded by Muma, but Jex has already fallen. Blase pulls a trigger and finds very little. Matt now trying to push through, but the Outlaws are down to half strength.
Yes, this has looked all Florida outside of the beginning as BQB will take out two. They're going to push them all the way back into the spawn. As now you're walking into a lot of ultimates here. You have the self-destruct, Earth-Shatter, Blizzard combination here for the Florida Mayhem. Is Yankee trying to get to the high ground here and just play up here with his D.Va. This will force Mecco to like go up there and try and push them out of the position.
Again, D.Va can't really mitigate any of the freezing from the endothermic blasters, so it's a little bit dangerous to go alone, but there's no other choice. Wall up. Muma took a lot of damage early in the fight. The rally is going to get the Outlaws healed as they approach, but they need to get to the point. That's the shatter. Karayan goes down. Gargoyle also falls. Yaka's going to have to go for the Blizzard now, and Hydration's trying to work him from around the fringes, but Blase falls to one as well. It's a late Blizzard, but nobody from the Mayhem is standing in it. And
the Blizzard is big from Yaki there. He connects with 4 players. They all get frozen. Him and BQB able to put down enough damage be able to take them out. So now we still have this self-destruct from Gargoyle, clear out the point, potentially the nano boost for the Reinhardt. Keep Karayan alive if he gets split off.
2 walls up. The Outlaws at least able to get under position. You see Raucus trying to push Gargoyle to the side, self-destruct over. Nothing for Mecco on his first bomb with the Outlaws, and now all the shields are gone. Raucus and Muma are down, and at 99% on the clock, the Outlaws are in complete disarray. Currently, there's no way Blase can really get to the point, and Karayan fells him with a fire strike. The self-destruct almost just for effect there as Gargoyle remechs himself. Now Jexa on the point. Mecco now going to be desuited. No chance to get that one back here, and the Outlaws only
just kind of don't give him the line of sight to make big plays.
Now remember, those shields not as durable as they used to be. Only 1,600 health on those. Karayan trying to keep his barrier up as much as he can, and BQB, this is where he's looking for a pick. When the fight starts to break down, he gets a glancing blow on Blase, but Blase fires back and finds himself 2 more. The Outlaws try and collapse here on Yaki, and job done. They'll be able to pick him up, and now there's not much BQB can do. He has to back away.
You know, BQB puts down some good damage here at the start, but it was just Mecco just zoning him out time after time. Like every time he would get an angle to try and get a pick off on the point, Mecco would just fly at him with Defense Matrix. He would have to grapple away, which gives him a huge advantage. The Outlaws on the point when playing this McCree.
Interest longer prevents him from going aggressive. Buys time for the Mayhem now to get to the point. Here's the rally from Raucus, the knockdown there, Muma, and he's slept. Everyone's leveraging CC against the Reinhardt of the Outlaws, and Mecco tries to dive the backline, but gets very little. Bardic grenade stunned up. It had to be the Salmara to keep him inside of his mech, but it's worked well so far. Chris is down. Charge in, and Karayan's removed by the micro rockets. Yaki's trying to cut through the remainder of the Outlaws on the point. He's found another one. Now might have to back away. Hydration got the jump on him when it comes to freezing, but Yake ice blocks. Hydration. It's a standoff between these two Mays here right now. From the backside is Gargoyle, self-destruct if he needs it, but BQB, this is where he can thrive late in the fight. But that Widow really needs to do more to pay off.
I mean, once they start to get some kills, Florida, then the Widowmaker can become effective because you have to have Mecco on the point there. In that instance, it's another good Blizzard from Yankee, right? It's like a 3v3 scenario at the time. It's a good Blizzard that flips the point.
Now also needs to be tended to by Jexa. 28-65, the Outlaws get an early lead in the Florida Mayhem.
The infra site here just buys you time, right? They're not going to push directly into this. They're going to wait for the walls to run out. Another good May wall.
Deny from Blase, denied by BQB. Like CQB as Jexa tries to run him down. Hydration has the Blizzard out already, but needs to make sure it's not eaten up by Gargoyle. Timing is very important here. The Mayhem still managed to stay together, even though they've traversed across a lot of this point. Let's see if they can block off this self-destruct. Chris has his own shield. He's fine. Tries to shield bash Muma. The enemy Ryan had his shield up. This isn't 2018. Chris just sitting back. Has a couple repair packs. Needs to be able to see who is going to distribute those two. Look at that. Muma didn't want to get frozen. He tries to charge away immediately. Now he's making around the wall.
Beautiful from Yaki.
Just hold him up. The Mayhem have been in control from 0 to 72.
And the angles that BQB is taking, you can still up for BQB, so he can reposition, and then you essentially lose Mecco for, you know, 5-10 seconds, which is the difference in a fight.
Meko very low here. It's going to be the play. Mooma tries to go for the shadow, gets nothing there, and is stunned himself. Charges straight into the pillar, but Raucus is at least caught in the blizzard. He is taken down. The 2-for-2 trade though now as Karayan holds on to the nano, goes for the shadow, does knock Meko to the ground, and that'll get him out of his Diva mech. But Gangnam Jin late in the fight is able to get shots from the back line, and Florida look comfortable. They look confident. They look ready to rumble, and they are going to go into overtime here with just Mooma trying to drop onto the point. Power drive there is just going to get completely blocked, and even the adaptive shield is hardly going to keep him up. Taken down now as Gangnam Jin will not be bothered too much. Hydration's Doomfist, we were hoping to see it under some more sunny conditions. But it's not a player from drawing blood, and yet he's already chunked Mooma down to half. He's taken strips off Blase. 3 haircuts, anyone?
And you hit a biotic grenade on a Mooma, so it just kind of causes a little bit of panic here.
He's in trouble.
He's getting very low.
Karayan, though, keeps his shield up. He got a little bit low himself, but there it is. Eventually, the dominoes start to fall. With Mooma and Jexa down, the rest of the Outlaws are essentially dead to rights. They just try and stall for as long as they can. And they have struggled, honestly, Matt, to find eliminations in this series so far.
I think the difference, though, has been Yaki with a fantastic Mei walls, but I also think it's the Ana biotic grenades, right? Playing the Ana against a composition with the Lucio and the Brig, which Brig still has the Inspire passive, and then still has the armor packs, right? But if everyone's biotic grenade, I mean, look at these Mei walls that come in.
Look at how low Meko is, and that's purely because he's trying to keep tabs on Sire play.
And look at this space. How are you dealing with the Widowmaker up there?
Oh, man. A double Bionade and that payload at least isn't moving for the time being, but the Outlaws have essentially split themselves a little here. Boomer's out of position or has been forced there. Either way, it's not good news for the main tank of the Outlaws. Karayan now gets a lazy swing to deal with hydration, and Houston really need to put it together.
And Meko goes to push out Saya player during that, because Saya player has walls.
Yep.
And it's a 2v1. Saya player and Gangnam Jin against Meko. They're able to kill him easily. And then on the cart, you still have your Diva in play and your Mei. You have a really good staying power, even with the Brigitte in that situation, because they have to play on the cart, the Outlaws. As they'll actually come out of the spawn and rally, try and get a defense here.
Yaki doesn't wall straight away. He saves it so he can throw the Blizzard down and then remove the wall. Still, the Outlaws unaffected by it. Jexa gets into the back line and he gets rid of Sire player. That's the job for this Lucio man. With Yaki being removed now, there's not a lot of bite to match the bark of the Florida Mayhem. The self-destruct over the top. Shatter is going to secure the kill for hydration as he couldn't get back behind Mooma's shield. Blase sits here now. Gargoyle descends and covers most of that damage with the defense matrix. Karayan drops to a self-destruct.
Oh, and you may have been able to push that if you didn't lose the main tank there, as now as the players come out to spawn for Florida Mayhem on some different heroes, just trying to get back towards the cart. But you had your main tank up, you're coming back on a Doomfist McCree, you have some open space, maybe you're able to make something happen. Naki will go to Mei, so you get off of the Widowmaker now, you're going to play McCree here for the Florida Mayhem.
Sire player V Blase Grand forced to drop down. Here's the rally from the Outlaws. Deadeye from Sire player. The wall protects them for the most part, but Mooma needs to be careful on that shield. Sire's ultimate doesn't get anything. Mooma has no shield right now. He has to play safe. He has to go for the shatter. It works. Yaki and Gargoyle are knocked to the ground, and now the Outlaws kicking into high gear. Karayan gets a nano boost. Blase trying to duel Sire player on the right-hand side, but thinks better of it. Thinks a bit more about keeping the rest of his team standing up. 7 seconds left in the round, and time is short. Raucus has found 2 kills, and Karayan is stunned up by the flashbang, quickly taken down before Gargoyle could do anything about it. Now in overtime, it's just drips and drabs. Yaki has to try and keep this going, but in a 1v5, it's gonna be tough. Only seconds to go, and the Outlaw
Going to be playing that Widowmaker on defense. That's why they substitute him in to play Widowmaker. The Outlaws do a nice job adjusting a little bit, right? It wasn't working when Meko was going at him alone. Jexa just pressuring out the Widowmaker on the Lucio, just using speed, closing the gap, then getting towards him. Much more effective. Saya player takes Raucus' head off at the start of the game, so have a little bit of a wait here for him to get back to the Outlaws before things start.
Bear in mind, the Outlaws don't even have to get to the first checkpoint on this map. Florida were prevented from even doing that. That's why that first half was so short. They don't have a long way to go, but they need to respect Sire player. Once you start to give him the opportunity, he will break a game wide open. Again, Meko is trying to deal with him one-to-one. He just got worked in the neutral there. Even the poison mine being used to get rid of the Diva.
But his team is winning the fight on the cart. I mean, that's really all that matters. As long as Meko just gets in Saya's face and doesn't allow him to just get those like cheat-free kills at range that you can't fight back against, you don't feel bad about giving up the mech, right? So the Outlaws get the cart rolling. They'll push up a little bit. Sayaplay does get some good damage, right? Getting close to walls, but all that damage is just pumping it into Meko, right? So once Meko gets his mech back, you'll probably see that.
I mean, Florida have to stay here for 2.5 minutes. It's just an eternity in Overwatch terms. Here's the Deadeye from Blase. Not from the high ground. He dropped down. Doesn't find anything with it, though. The shielding was there for the Mayhem, and Yaki's close to a Blizzard. This could put the cap on this fight awfully fast. 2 minutes, 20 remaining, but Karian's already taken down. He gets burst by the Outlaws. The 1-for-1 is there. Meko is down, which means Sayaplay has a bit of freedom to work, but there are ice walls and Reinhardt shields in the way, and he needs to find those picks on the Widow. Chris steps up, Raucus is down, shield protecting him from the Earth Shatter, and then the mutual charge. Not ideal for Muma. He was CC'd for much of that fight. And the Outlaws look so close to victory there, Matt.
And they thought that the shatter from Muma was going to be the thing that pushes them over the line, because they end up taking a Karian. There's no Rhyme shield there. It gets blocked. I believe it's by Yaki's ice wall there from his May. It's been perfect, really.
Early Blizzard from Yaki in that
Yep.
fight was important, for sure.
But still, I mean, you have 1 minute and 38 seconds to...
Perhaps the Outlaws would like to bait the Mayhem to drop to the low ground and subject themselves to the freezing cold of Hydration's Blizzard. Karian will trade a little bit passively, but there's a wall behind him there. No charge, it's eaten! Gargoyle shuts down the Blizzard from Hydration, and that's what Houston was supposed to use to finish the map. Now, that's off the table. Hydration's in trouble. Sayaplay with a very tight angle with that May wall in play, and it looked like Meko didn't actually know where Saya was, or he had to back away. Either way, the Widowmaker for Florida is sitting pretty in the back.
Now you're down to 1 minute. They're going to let Meko just exist here in the middle of the street.
Just exist.
Yeah. Man, and this is a pretty, I mean, for like a Diva stall here, there's not a spot where like Meko can reset and like jump out of the map or jump off the map. So lucky he's not just still alive, just kind of dancing around. Is you will have sound barrier here. Sound barrier going to go into Blizzard though, potentially Shatter. You can buy time with walls. So
This is where they have to win it, and now they're revealed.
and we're going to get this down to the wire here, and you're going to have the Nano Boost Blizzard Shatter combo for Florida. Probably a rally during this, as you look like really good to get a hold.
You asked for Scrappy, ladies and gentlemen. You're in Philly after all. You're about to get it. Blase goes down. The Outlaws are missing an offensive option here, and it'll be a long time before he's back in the fight. Maybe they try and stall, play it safe, get them a Cree in the mix. They're not going to be given a chance, though. Yaki's trying to push forward with the Blizzard now, and it's a high fly and self-destruct that finds nothing. Karian had the shield to block it off, and Raucus goes down before he could get the sound barrier from Jexa. The Outlaws now pouring through their ultimate options, but they're running out of players. Blase returns to the fight. The Deadeye now gets to be used. Karian's shield is taken down. It's a mutual charge between the Reinhardts, and Muma has to backstep a little bit. His shatter goes straight into the shield of Karian. He's felled by the fire strike. Overtime getting low. Meko tries to step up, and he's knocked to the ground as well. Raucus. We're in a bit of a pause here. Map 3 in this series between the Florida Mayhem and the Houston Outlaws. Eichenwald is the map, and we're in the first half. Florida Mayhem are on the attacking side.
But I see a countdown under the pause.
Now the game's going to unpause, and Houston going to drop down. This is going to jump straight into the action, so get ready. Yeah, fire strike immediately on Yaki. Karian hits the wall, and Muma finds the charge. Houston had so much time to figure out what they were going to do after they dropped on down, but there's still a fight to be had here. Raucus pushing in, finally getting to flex his muscles on this Brig a little bit more, but his shield's busted. Meko follows up.
Instead of trying to sort out the tech with their team, Houston figured out where everybody was, and they come back.
You know what they
Muma
did?
hits a big shatter.
They paused the game. They walked across the stage. They looked at where the Florida Mayhem players were standing, and then they divvied out responsibilities to each player. Here's who you have to go after. Easy.
And then they grabbed the snack and then came back.
Yep. Yaki has a Blizzard.
For the Outlaws on D with their own Blizzard.
Deadeye from Blase, immediate wall and a back away. Nice response. I mean, you're trading a May wall for an ultimate. It's probably worthwhile, especially when you get picked like that. What? Blase goes down. BQB was on the flank. He got onto the ramparts, and now he's starting to deal with Meko. If Meko can't push him off, then no one can in this situation. Double Blizzard goes down. Both Mays using those ultimates here. Gangnam-jin getting rid of Muma, though. Even without the Reinhardt, the Outlaws are still pushing on, though. Jexa got a good late sound barrier in that fight. Now just trying to keep Hydration alive, but even his boosted healing couldn't do it. Back onto the payload, attempt to boot, but Raucus is low. He didn't go for the rally. And now it's just going to be stalled from the last vestigial members of the Outlaws. Keep this going. Get Gangnam-jin will be a huge bonus, and they do. Jexa chases the Ana down.
Yeah, but you're going to have the May and the McCree come back here for Florida. Deadeye just displaces some people off of the point. Then you're going to have a self-destruct from Meko that just gets his mech back. So Florida, in the end, will keep the payload moving here. The high ground now. The Outlaws are going to try and jump down and get on this with the rally.
And Meko trying to keep tabs on the rest of the Mayhem. They went through the castle. They tried to gang up on hydration, but a quick ice block keeps the Brazilian national alive. Meko from the high ground, but it's Raucus taken down by Gargoyle, self-destruct, but on the high ground is Blase. He's looking for a bit of action now, but immediately Gargoyle sniffs him out. Great response time from Florida's Diva, and Blase didn't have the sightlines that he was hoping for.
And I was shocked at the beginning of the previous fight, how they were able to get that early pick-off.
Getting through those ultimates. Can they stop BQB though? It has to be an ice wall. BQB, he's trying to see Raucus.
It'll be a big blizzard though. I mean, they got everybody packed in this corner.
Yeah. Sound barrier as well. Here comes that blizzard. Hydration trying to get out of it, but he can't. Boomer's also frozen stiff. Ice block for hydration, and his own blizzard keeps him alive. Blaze's able to back around a corner, but a shatter came in, and it was blocked. Great wall from hydration to keep Blase alive, and now they're putting all their eggs in the cowboy basket, trusting Blase with this nano boost. Nice little glancing hit onto the payload there, but doesn't seem like Yaki's too bothered. Blase, can he hide from this one? Yes, but it still trades out. One bomb each. Now Moomer, oh man, he could have got behind the payload and broken line of sight, man, but he just got picked off.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to be able to push it straight away here for Florida. Karayan actually got frozen up there, which ends up taking him out to that self-destruct. Raucus makes the change from the Brigitte over the Ana, so it's the hero we've wanted to see him on all day. We'll see if this makes the difference. They'll still commit to this Lucio.
Blase is at the front of the pack here. Jack's speed boost and the Outlaws in. They want to control this high ground. There might be a sneaky payload push happening on the bridge right now. The Mayhem have a couple players on it, so the Outlaws need to quickly transition here. They've gotten BQB and Chris. The Mayhem willfully split their team up to try and sneak the payload in. It doesn't work.
I mean, look, they get cart progress, but I mean, there was no way they were going to sneak that one all the way through. I mean, a ton of area still to cover. Now, Jexay will switch over to the Brigittes. They're going to go with a mirror matchup. So, this is what I've been looking forward to see the whole series. Like, have the Outlaws finally switch off of the Brigitte-Lucio competition, play with the Ana. Now you have the high ground, right? You have the advantage in terms of landing these biotic grenades.
Again, Houston have looked good defensively. Let's see if they can close the half out with only one checkpoint given to Florida. Deadeye for Blase as he drops down. This will buy a bit of time. Florida inside the castle. They want to go to the bridge. Raucus might have a pretty huge biotic grenade opportunity here if he knows how to play it. But Blase and Jax have gone down. This has gone completely wrong. The Houston Outlaws were trying to play together. They got pincered essentially by the Florida Mayhem, and now Moomer has to make something happen with this nano boost, but there's a blizzard there. That's two frozen. Hydration was inside his ice block and couldn't contribute to the fight. Oh, Florida roll over the top.
Houston had the advantage there, and it's Gargoyle who touches, and they have 3 players on the cart for Houston, and he just is able to take out Blase, and he doesn't even like get D-Max 40 and himself. Oh man, what?
Matt is beside himself.
That was not good. I mean, do you have an advantage, an opportunity to get a hold here, like with push the payload on through? They actually are hiding Chris, so he doesn't get caught potentially in this blizzard.
Or actually, maybe he was trying to shepherd BQB through for a bit of a flank. Now they have a crossfire set up. I think Hydration's going to have to pull the trigger pretty darn soon. Karayan frozen up. There's the blizzard right at his feet. There's no way he's getting away. Moomer countercharges to kick Karayan inside the blizzard. They're trying to catch him. The nano boost comes in though. Moomer's gone down. Houston's plan was to try and get the enemy Reinhardt frozen up, but it doesn't work out. Florida saw straight through it, and now BQB has the safest sightline he could ask for. Rolling forward now, the Deadeye on the payload, waiting for someone to challenge it. It was Moomer trying on the wrecking ball to keep this going. Hydration drops on in a little bit of extra shield, tries to get a rocket punch on the way out now, and Raucus on the Moomer in the back right corner, trying to make some healing happen with this Moira, but again, he's just switching towards the end of the round. The Ana wasn't enough. Moira unlikely to do much more. Moomer knocked to the attack here, and they look very good on defense until they let the Mayhem finish the map. They gave them about half the map pretty comfortably.
But now we get an extended look at Raucus on the Ana. So this is what we want to see. The pre-game, Maywall there from Yaki, trying to split players off. But Cryon will drop first.
Yaki trying to play from the side here. Blase has to back away quickly. Got given a repair pack though. The Mayhem are trying to make up for this lack of players here by buying a bit of time, but now they're split. Look at them, literally in 4 different directions the Mayhem are trying to play from. Karayan has just returned. There may be a chance for a touch here over the top by Gargoyle. It's going to have to be quick though. With BQB going down, yep, it has to be Gargoyle and Karayan here. Immediately charged by Muma. Very aggressive play, and that might have actually worked against the Outlaws. Gangnam Jin and Karayan doing work. Gangnam Jin getting a lot of healing back onto his Reinhardt now, but Gargoyle was hit by Raucus's biotic grenade and goes down. Yaki close to a blizzard. He could turn the fight around if he gets this ultimate off.
But the rally here from the Outlaws, plus they have a nano boost and things get a little bit crazy. They should be able to hold on. It's just Yaki on the point here. He puts up a wall, gets in an ice block, but he should be dealt with quickly after this. Split second as the Outlaws will take the point with a really fast time, 5 minutes plus on the clock.
A little close for them. I mean, back when it was Yaki, you know, Karayan and Gangnam Jin, there was an opportunity to turn that fight around, but Gargoyle got picked off and Karayan charged aggressively and got frozen.
I think the thing with Florida there is they would have had to make a crazy comeback in that fight because they're not going to invest ultimates there, because so you get the Outlaws to invest a few ultimates, now you feel like you have a good chance on defense here for the Mayhem.
A lot of walls on the payload itself. BQB trying to wait them out, but Deadeye's duration just isn't enough to cover it. Look at this flanking angle. Look how he's being escorted by Chris as well. BQB always has his personal heal bots, and that's the headshot on Jexa. Hydration frozen. Makes a pretty looking statue. Unfortunately, it's awfully vulnerable.
Yeah, they do get a D-mech here, though, so Gargoyle's going to have to earn this Diva mech back for this next fight. I believe it's with the self-destructive Meko. He's not able to break the line of sight. So you won't have a Diva mech potentially for the start of the fight. So you'll have a Shatter Nano Boost. Raucus gets really low.
He may not have it for the fight.
Stay alive. Yeah, oh, Gargoyle probably won't.
If you see a mini Diva here as Houston, do you just go forward now?
Not anymore.
Wow.
BQB from the high ground will take out Hydration. That's a huge loss. Big Shatter as well.
3 players Shatter from Muma. Is the follow-up going to be there, though? Blase had to back away. He just had the defense matrix of Gargoyle stuffed up his nose, and he couldn't make any shots. And that's frustrating for Muma. It is hard to find those big shatters when there's May walls and Reinhardt shields to navigate. You hit a big one, 3 players, and none of your team are really in position to do anything about it. Blase was 5 HP. He wasn't going to run forwards.
I mean, both Ryans getting pretty good usage out of their shatters here. 7 stuns for Karayan and 6 for Muma. So just seems like the Mayhem have been able to capitalize on those shatters a little bit better as they've gotten kills off of half of those stuns.
This is just ridiculous, bro. Well, shout out to the old green wall there as that comes up and blocks the Deadeye. 5 players got hit by that biotic grenade from Gangnam Jin, by the way, and Jexa, not a chance to respond. BQB hits him with the flash and a 1-2 punch before he could respond.
Gangnam Jin up on the high ground. He connects in that biotic grenade, like 4 players. Then Meko goes up to try and deal with him and gets slept. Crazy play there from Florida Mayhem's new addition.
I mean, they look
on the Ana.
I don't know, man. The impact of Yaki and Gangnam Jin coming in here, plus the improvement of the tank line for Florida over the break. They're looking scary.
I mean, look at this. Another 4-player biotic grenade. They back up.
The only burst healing that Houston have outside of, I guess, the biotic grenade is Repair Pack, and it's only a small amount. You need Muma to be healthy because he has to tank some damage. He can't be shielding the whole time. There it is, Hydration taken down again. Charge on a Muma in this fight. Not looking good for Houston. They have to bring it back, and they have. Oh my! Muma swinging. Had the nano boost from Raucus there, so he's able to find the Fire Strike finish on BQB. Oh. He may get frozen up here though, Gangnam Jin. Look at him from the side, connecting every one of these darts.
Oh, I'd love to get a replay of that as he actually connects with a sleep on Meko when he's demeched after the self-destruct. And he gets him while he's in the Baby Diva, Pilot Diva form, and they're able to get a kill onto him. But he's still controlling the high ground so well on this Ana, becomes such a nuisance.
Man. And you're in a great spot here to play that aggressive angle and find big biotic grenades. That's why Houston has to wrap back here. Right. So you notice the Mayhem have split themselves a little bit here. They keep Yaki and Karayan. I mean, they can cover so much space with the ice wall and with the blizzard. Blase from long range. Look at the brig. Dutifully, Jexa comes back to him and keeps him shielded. Karayan is so low, trying to keep alive Florida, but it's a fire strike that eventually takes him down. Muma very low. Great reaction time with that ice wall to keep him alive, and the Outlaws get that second checkpoint. Florida in disarray there.
Yeah, as they try and use their own Deadeye, Florida, to deter Houston from advancing once the blizzard and the Deadeye come down. Maybe just not allow those 2 kills to go down on the point, just buy their teammates some time. Doesn't work out, but now the Florida Mayhem, they'll have the nano boost rally on the inside here. Maybe Karayan could hit a big shatter.
I mean, that maze go for walls over the point, a self-destruct over the top. Moomer will have the shield ready. It hits the chandelier. No harm, no foul as far as Outlaws are concerned. Moomer tries to back up onto the stairs here. That's going to be the shatter. Blase got hit by that one, so did Raucus. Two very important players, and that's the Blizzard. And Moomer can't get out of it. He gets caught, charged away. The Florida Mayhem have to use a lot of ultimates to secure that fight, and the Outlaws are encroaching on some of their own here.
It's the two-player shatter, right? It just causes a little bit of panic on the side of the Outlaws. You get a Blizzard of your own, and you're in a good spot to put away the fight. How do you keep this going, though, if you're Florida? You use a ton of ultimates there, like you mentioned, and now you load things up a little bit here, but you gotta see the combos of these ultimates pay off here for Houston.
It's gotta be an ice wall to split Moomer off from the rest of his team. There it is, that's the ice wall. Hydration goes for one of his own. Now it's time for the Blizzard. Moomer did get stunned up there with BQB going for a Deadeye. He gets Hydration. A Deadeye from the other side. Blase doesn't find too much, and that's the shatter. Gargoyle and Yaki knocked to the ground. Raucus is able to find one in the meantime, and the rest of the Mayhem peel back, try and regroup. The payload's getting awful close. They need to be careful of boops. Gargoyle has to come up and challenge with so little health, and Moomer's pushed all the way into spawn. There's a chance here for Florida to come back, and they push out in numbers. Nano boost on Gargoyle because he was the player on the card, and now the Outlaws are down to 9 seconds remaining.
And you're gonna have Blase switch to Tracer and Hydration, bring out the Doomfist. Full-on desperation mode here for Houston.
Oh, the Blizzard eaten by Yaki, but still Moomer goes down. 5v6, the Outlaws are struggling. One by one, they're falling here in the Florida Mayhem. They just hold out for a little longer. Only 3 players left now for Houston, and with Meko getting de-Meko'd, that'll be all she wrote in this map for the Florida Mayhem. They're looking confident with a shadow to come in.